universe of people over there.
So mentioning
so Terrell Owens, I think Terrell Owens got a condo up there. Like it's
that's a good one. Another one too. 2 weeks
it's
we're
a whole
talk about him. Since we're talking about Larsa Pippen a little bit, we might as well shift gears to her ex-lover. Is he a lover? Is he ex-lover? I mean, is he considered ex-lover? I guess.
I don't think you ever have to equate love with him. It's something.
Future Hendrix shot at Jada, right?
Yeah. So last week, we talked about, if Jada Pinkett is the personal Michael Myers for Will Smith. Like every time Will get ready to make a move, Jada pops back up. She sits up in that room. She got that butcher knife. She coming.
Shout out to all the downloads, man. A lot of people download the audio version of that episode. I think it was particularly because of the title.
Every time I see her now, man, I hear that one piano note of Halloween when he sit up in that room, and you just be like, "Damn, thought it was over. It's only the beginning.
It's gonna go down."
Tupac back, but we for real Tupac back this time. Yeah, man. So like as soon as we got done recording, man, we dropped the thing that basically I saw an article that said that Future had some words for Jada Pinkett, hearing that she was trying to be free. That Future might be able to help her with some of that emancipation.
If Jada gets with Future, she's literally just doing the scene from Waiting to Exhale with Angela Bassett in the car. I'm just burning all my relationship down.
I mean, anytime articles start getting written, Future says he wants to hang with Jada Pinkett Smith after she said following hard sex life comments. That's like, here's my thing. I got a question for you, and help me out. Everybody out there, help me out. Is Future actually a ghoul? Well, like if you say the right thing, Future manifests himself like
Candyman.
Yeah, like you don't even have to say it in the mirror. Like you just got to kind of like think it or like say it out loud one time, and then Future just starts to appear wherever you at. Like she said the right combination of things to summon Future, and that's a bad thing, as you can tell when you summon Future. Like Future is such a ghoul that Ciara had to drop a prayer about getting free of him and having to manifest a savior to save her from him. So I feel like Future might be a ghoul, man. I don't know. I'm just saying, man. He might be a demon, bro.
Like, maybe is a ghoul, man. Because he rolls around with immunity too.
I mean, he said, listen, man, Future wrote on his own Instagram story, "I'd rather hang with Jada, #respectfully." I mean, that's like going into a Fauci level of disrespect.
I mean, Future doesn't even care. Like, he doesn't care. He's got so much money on the underground levels of society that he doesn't see the benefit of like saying something like that. Like there's always someone, and we'll be talking about that in a minute. Actually, you know what? This other incident may be drying up that Future bread too, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. But that underbelly of society that just wants to drink lean and just say Molly Percocet, he's always gonna have a place in their heart. So
he's the god of that. He's the god of that community.
So he doesn't look at it that he needs to maybe move a certain way. He just feels that every woman is potentially his. He just ain't had them yet. Every woman. He just thinks that he just ain't had them yet.
Future is just getting started, and I want to be careful how much I bring him up because I don't want him to insert himself into my lifestyle at some point. So I don't want to be saying his name.
Actually, no. Or is Future the ultimate test for a relationship?
I don't think there could be one greater than that. I mean, I think we'd have to almost be at STD level for it to be worse than Future at this point. Like I don't know, like
you can forgive a whole lot.
Ranking the test for a relationship, getting drunk and kicking game at her best friend in front of her, STDs, and then Future, like in that order. I think that's got to be it. Like Future's got to be the worst part of that.
Breakup.
Yeah, like an STD that manifests itself after the relationship is established, and then Future. Like that's it. That's it. Yeah, bro. Future is a beast. And it's crazy that you look at that and you think about that too, because you have the whole thing that dropped now with Ciara's prayer being out there, where Ciara basically has an entire interview and lyric and songs put out about exactly how she had to ask for divine influence to get her away from that situation with Future. Like, is Future a sunken place? Like, he's not a man. Like, when Future gets you, like, you just fall within the depths of Future, and you gotta pray
all it
for
is Molly
rescue.
and Percocet around you and lean. Like you just
You just moving hella slow, like, and that little flute playing slow as hell in the background.
and then all you hear is Molly
Man,
Percocet. Molly
Future
Percocet.
is Future is like his own dimension, dog. Like, that's crazy. That's wild as hell. I mean, I think that the
So,
message that
I'm
Ciara,
gonna one up you with this. Is
all
Lori
right, all right.
Harvey the antithesis of that? Is she able? Is she have she's like what would be an antacid for Future? Like she just was able to come back out easily without needing
Niggas
a
living heartburn. Explain the position. I'm open to all
Yeah, so
suggestions
I'm
here.
just thinking she's able to move frequently. Maybe she's the female version of Future, and that's why that he couldn't totally like corrupt her like he's done other women.
That could be a real thing, man. That could be a real thing. You ain't wrong. You ain't
And
wrong.
then maybe Larsa Pippen is the same way as well, but she does an older model.
She's definitely that, but she's an older model with a new engine under the hood.
Right. It's like that 79 Cutlass where you just shine it up on the outside, and you throw that new engine in that bad boy.
She got a police engine in that joint. She running down cats that just got in the
but
league
at the same
now.
time, that them seats don't move back and forth like they used to, but it runs.
So the thing is,
you ain't got no seat warmers in there. You ain't got nothing to bells and whistles.
It ain't all that. It just does what it does. But then Ciara had to pray her way away from Future.
That is crazy, man.
But then the question that I got, and she highlighted some of what it means. I think it's a great, sentiment she had out there, saying that she's prayed for a God-fearing man, prayed for discernment, prayed for wisdom, to really learn from the wisdom that going through the experience that she's going through. She's talking about Future. Like, he's the experience that she's going through. She couldn't even use terms to describe him as a human being, which, going back to Michael Myers and being a ghoul, and they called him the Shape, when they said, when Loomis said, when it's free, and they said, you can't even talk about it like it's a human being. He said, if you insist. She can't even talk about Future in terms of the fact that he is a living, breathing human being. He's an embodiment. Hey, that dude's something else, man. He is hell out here, boy.
Future's a lot.
But then I want to know what Russell Wilson's prayer was, because Russell Wilson was with his first wife, who was a white lady that he had met during his time in college. But here's the thing I'm gonna say about Russell Wilson's prayer, which hasn't been published, and I don't think we ever gonna hear that. Russell's a super positive cat. We've talked about where he is.
Is it the same prayer of Robert Griffin III?
No, I think that Russell Wilson prayed a prayer that many other people prayed, like after they watched like that Level Up video, or they watched it. I think it's a prayer that a lot of us know the words to. Like, if Russell Wilson's prayer ever came out, it would sound a whole lot like Hail Mary. Like, you could just join in because you prayed that same prayer for that same action. The only difference is that it lives with Russell now. I think that if he started praying it, you would just know the words and you'll be like, yeah, bro, I hear you.
Yeah, like, yeah, Russell, I get it. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I pray for her that everything works out with this prayer for Russ, because she actually is. Now, if she's smart and she want to be a real asshole about it, she can market the Russell prayer and send them out like the personal prayer packages that you get on late night if you stay up late at night, like the prayer water and all that stuff. She could actually send that out to people. I'm like, here's my Russell's prayer if you want to use it, and I blessed it as well.
And it's and it's the whole thing about it is that when you look at it and you look at like what it's really about, you really got to be looking at it like now might be the standard. Like, every once in a while something picks up, like how Entanglement picked up, You're gonna have all sorts of people saying they had a prayer now. And that's gonna get ugly because some people are gonna be like, you praying for a nightmare. I used to date him. You ain't what you want. I don't care how he packaging it now. All right, man. So speaking of a nightmare and speaking of ghouls and demons and whatnot, man, that Astro World situation I was confused, man. Like I couldn't even understand exactly what happened, man. Walk the folks into this Astro World situation. Hey man, you got to back that camera up, man. Your head's all up in the thing. You
No, I was looking at something. I was trying to look over my computer.
yeah, they get a little uncomfortable. You close, man. Feel like you're FaceTime with your grandparents.
So, if you haven't heard Travis Scott concert, he has a thing he calls Astro World, like a big festival type weekend in Houston at the old Astrodome grounds, right? I believe.
Yeah, I think it's something like that.
Yeah, so he has it out there. It was 60, 70, 80,000 people out there or something like that crazy. And basically they had a stampede. And
I think that's
died.
Texas got to be the only place on earth where you can have an 80,000 person concert right now.